Good morning and welcome. It is 7:30. It is the 27th day of September 2021. And I am the man who is being referred to as the tabletop role-playing game Love Train, the OGGM, with all your tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and sports on a foggy, drizzly Monday morning. No, it's a little early, but I have to go to the doctor today, so I figured I'd get this out of the way. Because, oh boy, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Some good, some bad, mostly just weird. So let's take a look at the tabletop role-playing game news of the week. But before we address the 800-pound elephant in the room, that is what happened over the weekend at the live event that was sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, and all the things that came out of it, and all the potential possible things that came out of it. Let's take a look first at what's going on in the rest of the gaming world before we dig deep into the ever-changing weirdness that is Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition and Wizards of the Coast. So, I do assure you that there are other things going on in the tabletop role-playing game world besides Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. It just seems to want to keep being the 8,000-pound gorilla in the room. Okay, so Free League Publishing, makers of my current favorite tabletop role-playing game, Tales from the Loop, has somehow gotten their hands on the license to Blade Runner. And they are doing a Blade Runner role-playing game using their very popular, very expandable and changeable Year Zero engine. And we could expect something from them in 2022 about Blade Runner. Now, I've already gone over this, whether I think we really need a Blade Runner tabletop role-playing game that's going to cost $50, $60, $70 when we could have just done a Blade Runner source book, because it's often been hinted that Blade Runner takes place in the same universe as Aliens. So we already had a rule book for that, so it could have just been a source book for Aliens. It could have also just been a source book for the upcoming Twilight 2000. It could have even been a source book for Things from the Flood. But we do have a Blade Runner role-playing game coming from Free League Publishing. Could this be Free League Publishing's first failure? Do we really need a Blade Runner role-playing game when we already have so many cyberpunk games? I don't know. I went into that in a different blog. French publishing Monolith teased more information about Batman Gotham City Chronicles RPG since their first statement since the announcement last year. So the work is still in progress. They're still trying to get approval from Warner Brothers and DC. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on over at DC and the trademark for Batman, so who knows what's going to happen with this. But we do maybe have a Batman Gotham City Chronicles role-playing game. Could this be the first hint of a re-release of the DC role-playing game? I mean, there's been plenty of Batman-centric role-playing games and board games and things over the years, so A, do we really need another Batman-centric tabletop role-playing game? When, again, it could have just been an expansion for an existing game. And B, does this mean the return of DC Heroes, which many people just love? Who knows? Probably means nothing. And we have no firm date for it. And we do know that the crowdfunding should begin sometime in 2022. Monty Cook has announced another thing. Who cares? It's Monty Cook. Monty Cook announced that it's a 5e sourcebook called Path of the Planebreaker. The sourcebook features new planes, creatures, player races, subclasses, feats, spells, and anything else that Monty Cook can think of to explore the realm of plane jumping, plane scaping, plane traveling, plane walking stuff. So I guess Monty is saying, well, Wizards of the Coast, if you're not going to come forward and finally just admit that you're doing it, I'm going to. So we look forward to a Planescape-type game from Monty Cook. This is not the first time Monty Cook has sort of taken the impetus to do something that we thought Wizards of the Coast should do. He's done it before with various degrees of success. Just as with always with Monty Cook, it's just whether there's follow-through or not. We had the ORRQ industry report for Q3. Not surprisingly, D&D was first. Call of Cthulhu was second. Every other game was third. Though, I mean, if you look at the way it's D&D first, uncategorized, which is every other game, it was second, and Call of Cthulhu third, but that's really not the best way to do it, because basically Call of Cthulhu is the second biggest role-playing game in the world. D&D is the first big role-playing game in the world, Pathfinder being the third. We also know that according to this, at least on the comptometer, 101 million dice rolls, 8,009,572 dice were re-rolled. Over 10 million people have used online role-playing things, and over 25 million DMs have whispered secrets to their players using the online thing. So online does seem to be the future of at least some aspect of our hobby. But then again, the hobby could go completely opposite direction and go more, we're tired of the computers infiltrating our game. We want to get back to just, paper, pen, and dice. So there could be sort of a Luddite break from the computer stuff. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch how the whole digital expansion of role-playing grows up. So we have some information from my favorite game companies whose name I can never get right, Mofidius. They have launched an official United States website. So this means they will be distributing stuff directly from the United States. So I guess they got something here in LA and USA where they can now allow them to publish and ship instead of from where they were shipping from overseas. Of course, with all the issues going on with shipping, which we'll address in the section about Wizards of the Coast, that doesn't really mean much. I mean, great, it means we can get Mofidius stuff from potentially cheaper, but we're still going to have to wait an incredibly long time because, we're like a year behind on shipping. Amazing Tales released a free kickstart for their Victorian science fiction fantasy role-playing game Inferno, which, not surprisingly, is inspired by the works of Charles Dickens, Jules Verne, Bram Stoker, H.G. Wells, Arthur Conan Doyle, and I guess apparently Dante, since they're calling it Inferno. This is a role-playing game where you play members of the secretive Inferno Club and you survive a steampunky world of intrigue, dark magic, extraordinary technology, and larger-than-life villains. The game uses the Cards of Fate system. No, I don't know what that one is. Stop. It's so hard to keep up. But basically, it's a Victorian, steampunk game. The Gaming Goat CEO Jeff Bergen was escorted out of Gen Con and banned from the convention for violation of anti-harassment policy. When asked on the Gen Con forums about the situation, Gen Con stated that the Gaming Goat as a company was attending the convention, but that Bergen was not allowed. Gen Con stated, "We do not discuss the results of our decision-making with the public for the safety of all involved." Berman confirmed his ousting from the convention on Facebook posts. We don't know what he did. The Gaming Goat game under fire after launching a Kickstarter for the board game Tournament Fishing on Kickstarter, featuring cover art of a frog making an OK hand gesture, both of which are considered dog whistles for the alt-white or the white nationalists. Bergen had also been banned in the forums of Board Game Geek due to the history of behavior across multiple social media platforms directly in conflict with the board gaming community values. Gamma has also announced that he's been expelled from the organization. So because he did a frog on the cover that's doing a hand gesture, somehow he got kicked out for her. We need to look into this more because, wow. I think Grim Jim did a vlog on this, so I'll just direct you to him because he's smarter than I am, but wow. The board gaming company Asmodee is up for sale once again with a valuation of about $2.3 billion. The company, which is the second largest board game publishing in the world behind Hasbro, has previously gone up for sale, but then apparently the company that currently has it wants to sell it again. The sale will be administered by Goldman Sachs, of all people, the largest investment bank on the planet. We don't know what that's going to mean. They do involve themselves with Fantasy Flight Games RPG department. So that means the future of the Star Wars and Legends of the Five Rings stuff is going to be in the hands of Edge Studios. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. And finally, we have some news from Humble Bumble. Yay, Humble Bumble. With the holidays coming up, we're going to see more and more direct online stuff like this. They have partnered with Frog God Games to release a bundle of all Frog God Games enhancement products like Tomb of Horrors, Instant Encounters, Book of Lost Spells, Treacherous Traps, and more. The bundle starts at $18 and goes all the way up to $38, including if you spend the full amount, $38, you will get a hardback copy of the Book of Lost Souls. The bundle benefits Hospices of the Northwest and runs through October. We also have the Voices of Warhammer 2021 bundle by the Black Library, which is still available, featuring 19 audiobooks and audio dramas. So, there we go. That is all the news we have that doesn't involve Wizards of the Coast. Our big story is what happened at Gamma and this guy getting kicked out. We're definitely going to have to look into that. But also, Grim Jim has already done a vlog about it, so anything I say about it will probably be not as good as him. So I will direct you to that vlog. Please stay tuned because we will be taking an in-depth look at all the announcements from Wizards of the Coast that came out this weekend, including, wait for it, what we could expect for the 50th anniversary edition of Dungeons & Dragons. So that's the big mystery. Are we going to get a 6th edition? Are we going to get a 5.1 edition? What's going to happen? That was addressed yesterday by Wizards of the Coast. We will get into that in a separate vlog. See what I did there. So if that is something that interests you, please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs and we'll do something crazy. 2022 is just around the corner, considering it's October. Holiday shopping has begun. All your holiday retailers are asking that you do your ordering and shopping now, including your Thanksgiving shopping, because shipping is so far behind and it's only going to get worse as we get further into the holiday glut, which means if you're expecting a turkey on your table for Thanksgiving, you better pick it up now. If you're expecting to get that gift for little Johnny or little Susie for the holidays that is tabletop role-playing game centric, order it now because shipping is going to suck. Till next time, I am your number one guide to all tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and sports, the man who was once grumpy but is now the tabletop role-playing game love train. Stay warm, stay dry, stay healthy, stay off my land. Yes, I'm using my radio voice. I will talk to you later.